Safe space is a space that you create, which allows the other person to feel free and able to communicate. In other words, instead of putting your own stuff into the space between you where you're interacting, you hold the space open for that person to come forward in there. Very often when there's communication between two people, there's a great tendency to jump in and put your own opinion in and put your own stuff in there, and usually that short circuits a deeper communication and keeps the communication on a much more superficial level. But if you can hold space for somebody, then they can bring out stuff that they might otherwise not have been able to talk about. I've had this experience. I mean, you might be having I can remember having a sort of a fairly casual coffee shop conversation with somebody, and at one point she touched on something that I could see was of importance to her, and so I began to hold the space for her, hoping, making it possible for her to go there again if she wanted to. And she did, and she was able to come and speak about something very close to her heart, which otherwise she wouldn't have mentioned. And so it's something that you can do when you're having conversations, perhaps with your children, because it's so easy with children to come from a position of judgment and a need to correct and a need to be a parent and all the rest of it. If you can hold a safe space for them to communicate, then suddenly we may find that communication happens very much more readily than we've been used to it happening.
Holding space. It's amazing how this concept works. I practice it at work every day and life is better for it. Giving others a safe space comes in many degrees. A simple example is just giving someone the time they need. However, what makes that space safe is my willingness to hold that space safely for the other person. I know you'll think this is kooky, but I imagine us in an invisible bubble. I add a bit of sanctity and security for good measure. It seems to work well. Now you try it.